Yes.
Hi everyone, this is DeDe.
And I am Fred. And this is our 36-foot floating home sunshine.
Join us as we go sailing.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
This is our, maybe a little surprise to my sweetie here, but this is going to be our 6-year anniversary video. Believe it or not, we've been together in a couple more days, the 23rd of April, 6 years. That'll be the beginning of our 7th year. We will be at sea, so I'm not going to be able to post a video, although we could make one, but we won't be able to post it until we get to the Seychelles. That's the next stop. And that's about 1,600 miles from here, something like that. So somewhere on the order of a 2 to 3 week trip. So, sweetie, after 6 years, have you got anything to say about the nasty old man?
Yeah, I still survive his grumpy sometimes, especially in the open ocean sailing, but I understand with that, that's the part of being a captain to command the crew. Right? So I understand. I keep survive until the end of our life, of his life.
Which she's planning to terminate as soon as possible.
I will terminate.
The Terminator.
Oh, the Terminator. The second Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. I keep to understand him because, all that his young one need to understand. But, yeah. He kept me in this 6 years. Even if I think that I talk too much with people, friendly, but he did not, he had no problem with that because he know me better. Yeah. So, that's my personal, first time when he met me, it's not, my attitude is not like this. So, he's the one who tell me to project your true colors or my attitudes. I know that you are a great, you had a great personality that, okay, keep that up. Don't hide it. So now, this is me. Friendly, smile all the time. That is words. So this is the real me.
Which, by the way, has proven very advantageous on many occasions. DeDe is great at making friends out of casual acquaintances and people she's just met. And they, in turn, have proven to be often extremely helpful to us in our travels and arrangements for transportation and go here, you want to buy this, go to this shop. You want to find out about this thing, go talk to this person. Things like that. Now, I can be pretty affable if I want to be, but usually I'm kind of a loner. Spent a good portion of my adult life by myself, living by myself. So I'm rather used to that and in many ways prefer it. But if necessary, I can certainly get involved in all kinds of social interactions. And I enjoy it, but it's not my normal mode of operation. However, with DeDe, it is. She loves people. She loves to talk. And sometimes I caution her a little bit about what she's asking people, because she's very open about things. uh, you might have to realize, dear, that some people are uncomfortable talking about their personal lives with someone they've just met.
Yeah.
So, I said just learn to feel people out a little bit and just don't be too much in your face with personal information. Anyway, we seem to work well together. I'm a bit short-tempered at times, usually with things related to the boat and knowledge of sailing and handling the boat. I still got to dig at her to get her to finally learn.
A little bit learned. Sometimes he said, "Hey, until 6 years you stay with me, you have no knowledge to handle the boat. What if I'm dying?" Oh, come on, don't die, please.
Yeah, because you would be in trouble, sweetie.
Yeah, I am in trouble if if he died and we're in the open ocean. How can I manage the boat? So I agree with him, but of course after I agree him, my tears I cried with hiding tears. Yeah, because I didn't. I feel that I am not helpful here on his boat, but I know that I can help him. I don't believe him that I have knowledge to help him here, but the anchor to hoist him up, then sails a little bit, not all.
Yeah. Well, she's learning slowly.
Oh, slowly. Slowly but terribly.
You still got a year and 12,000 miles to learn then.
12,000.
Yeah, well, that's about how far it is from here to Florida. Provided we can get you a visa. That's still a matter of a little bit in doubt.
Yeah.
I'm not going to worry about that because there's no point in applying for it yet.
Yeah.
Until we get quite a bit closer.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
I'm thinking maybe somebody out there has some input on this, but I'm thinking maybe in Grenada. I'm sure there's a U.S. embassy there. We can possibly arrange for, it's no big deal to do the application. The thing is they have to schedule a personal interview, visa interview.
We're the one naman who set the visa interview. What date we want.
Yeah, well, it's you, dear,
me.
the interview.
Yeah.
By
so
yourself.
Excited.
No coaching allowed.
That's my birthday present. That's what I want you to do with my birthday present. I told him in while we're there in Philippines, hey, I hope that I can get there in your country so that I had an experience what kind of country the states are. No? So I am so excited. The monkey from Philippines at last. But
well, like I said, that's still a year and 12,000 miles away, dear, provided we can get you a visa without too much trouble.
12,000 miles.
There's another YouTuber out there, some of you may know, he's called Life on Jupiter. He's got a big Tim Mumby catamaran, and his now wife, they got married in Las Vegas, of all places. She was able to get a visa to the U.S. for 3 months. But that's all they wanted. He's Australian. That's all they wanted at the time because their plan was to go do the Great Loop on the east coast of the U.S. And they were going to go up the Hudson River into Lake Ontario and then check into Canada. And then check out of Canada and check back into the U.S. But by the time they got there, Canada was on complete lockdown, presumably with the COVID nonsense again. So they had to rush their trip a bit to get across the Great Lakes, back down the river system to, I think they came out in Alabama, and then had maybe 2 days left on their visas before they checked out. They headed down to Mexico. Right now they're in the Pacific again, heading up to Mexico. Anyway, that went off pretty well for them. So I don't know, hear all kinds of mixed stories. We won't really know until we actually get there to a place and do the application, and then she has her interview. Anyway, that'll be somewhere around our 7th anniversary, about a year from now. And she'll be well advanced into old ladyhood by then.
Only my age is old, but look at myself, I'm still young. I don't want to look that I am old. Hey, it's only my age, but my image, no way. And
As
just
everyone
coding.
says, age is just a number. Well,
Just
actually,
the number.
age is a word. It's not a number,
Yeah, age
if
is
you
the
think
word.
about it.
But I accept that I am an matured old woman. Not really old woman because my mind still in a teenage. Sometimes he's complaining that, hey, you act like a teenage or a kid or a
Why do I
child.
ever say that?
Some of my friends, that they are telling me, hey, you look like a kid, a child. Then be mature. You are a mother now. Then think cause keep posting in my social media. Social media that I am happy with that. Posting with nonsense bullshit, but it's not really serious. That's a social media, and the people surrounding social media. Some of my friends there, they don't really know me in person, but he knows. So he's not complaining with that but that's why when we're on land, so that's why I keep posting. I make nonsense bullshit, talk with some strangers like that, but in the open ocean, you play the games, that's all. Because no internet. He said, hey, I know you're betting you miss the social media.
Yeah, social media withdrawal.
Yeah, it's a social media. Wow.
She gets hyper! But that's life, dear.
Yeah, that's life.
As soon as you get out of sight of land, it's over until
Yeah.
we get to the next place and get
Yeah,
new
more-
SIM cards and can establish connections.
How
again.
many days we stay there? In Seychelles?
Not sure yet exactly, but I'm still in no big rush. The last time I came this way was, 15 years ago or something. Yeah, 15 years ago. And I got to South Africa, Richards Bay, on the first day of winter, June 21st. And for me, it was cold there, around 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's
And
good.
at night it got even colder, so I actually had to go out and buy a small electric space heater to keep from freezing my butt off. And I was wearing, long johns and long sleeve shirt, trousers, bundled up under blankets and things like that to keep warm. So I'm not too inclined to get there that early
I
again.
want to.
I'd like to get there maybe a month later than that. And it's only the middle of April, so that's still 3 months to around this date in July. And then, of course, we got the other problem on that end. I can get a 90-day visa on arrival. Of course, now you got to do a pre-arrival check-in. I do that from Mayotte, which is a French island down there a little
That's
further
the 30 days,
southwest.
no? Free arrival, 30 days.
What?
To go to South Africa. From
Well,
Mayotte.
like I said, I get 90 days. I'm going to try to get the immigration people to also give Nadine 90 days. Normally, I think Filipinos only get 30. But if we do that, that means every month I'm going to have to go from Richards Bay down to Durban to go to the immigration department to extend her visa, which is really annoying because it's almost 100 miles down the coast. And I don't want to head south too soon in the season. The last time I left, the last half of November from Simonstown, and that turned out okay. It was after my birthday, and I actually had my 60th birthday in Simonstown, and the people treated me terrific. Well, I couldn't buy a meal or a drink all day long to lady in the restaurant gave me a couple of meals, and all the people took me to the club that night, and we had a big birthday party for me. So it was great, and I think it might be interesting to be back there again for my 75th, 15 years later, 75th birthday party. So we'll see how that goes. Nothing's cast in stone, as they say. Always depends on lots of different variables. And of course we had, this was coming into Gale in Sri Lanka, was rather an emergency stop, wasn't planned at all. It's worked out okay, but it also means that the passage from here to the Seychelles is about 400 miles further than it would have been from the northern end of the Maldives down at the Seychelles. That was about 1,200 miles. This is going to be 1,600 miles and some. And hopefully when I went the last time, I had pretty good wind the entire trip. A couple of days here and there of calms. But certainly, Sunshine's a sailboat. Has to sail, can't cross oceans with the motor alone. Could never carry enough fuel for that. So, if we run into any prolonged or short-term calms, it's okay. If there's no big seas running, we can just sit out there. But if it starts dragging on too long, I'm going to have to run the motor from time to time, I'm sure, to keep the boat moving, at least a bit. We'll see how it goes. You can get a weather forecast from windy or something like that for the first couple of days, but after that it's always a crapshoot as far as the weather goes. I certainly can't afford any of these fancy satellite phones and all that stuff to download information and weather maps and all that, so kind of just go where the wind blows, and that's all we can do. So, dear, happy anniversary. A little early.
No wind, no moves. Excited again. Another place, another country. We're heading to Seychelles.
Yeah, 7. That'll be a week from today. Next
yeah,
Sunday.
then. I celebrate my birthday in the open ocean. Oh, so sad.
Yeah. We'll probably be.
But that's it. Okay.
Your birthday is the 13th of May.
Oh, May 13th.
So we may or may not be there.
Yeah, gani.
Because that'll be somewhere around 3 weeks from the time we leave.
3 weeks. Same day in Thailand, no? The distance from here to...
No, that was... Thailand to here, Phuket to here was 1,200 miles. Okay. Phuket
to Maldives.
To the Maldives was 1,600.
Yeah.
And then from there down to the Seychelles was 12. So those numbers are reversed.
Okay.
To here it was only 1,200, but now it'll be 1,600 miles for the next leg. We still got one more pretty long leg, which will be from Mayat to Richards Bay. That's up around 2,000 miles or so.
Oh. Yeah, no, that's the last, Mayat, before we crossing to South Africa. That's the last, okay.
Yeah, because I think that Madagascar is still closed down, and I have no desire to go back to Nosy Bay where I stopped before. The places, rather, the pits.
Then from South Africa to U.S. Florida.
Well, we got to cross 5,000 miles of Atlantic Ocean first, dear. And a couple of those legs are pretty long. South Africa to St. Helena, probably go to Ascension, and then up to Grenada. That's a long trip, too. That's something on the order of 3,000 miles. That last...
Oh, 3,000 miles, 1 month passage. If we had 100 miles every day, no?
Well, I can only go by past experience, which was I left La Palma in Brazil and went to St. Lucia. That was something over 2,000 miles. I did that in about 20 days. So I had good wind after we got going. In fact, almost too much wind. The northeast trade winds in the North Atlantic that year, as they are often in the wintertime, were quite strong. often in the 20 to 25 knot range, seas running upwards of 12 feet. It's fairly common. I mean, this is not storm conditions. This is just northeast trade winds. And at first it was a little hard because I had to carry the wind slightly forward of the beam. But as I got farther north, I could go off more and more northwest. I went, started out west, northwest, then northwest, then north-northwest, northwest, then west-northwest. So the last week of the trip was quite great sailing into St. Lucia. But that was about the middle of the chain of islands up through the Caribbean. We won't be going that far north if we go to Grenada first.
Grenada.
Anyway,
Yes!
that's kind of our plans.
That's our plan, and that's not our really final plan because we don't know the situation of the boat. Maybe stop there somewhere, like here.
Yeah. Well, we'll be stopping along the way for various reasons. You know, food, fuel, water.
Yeah.
And also to burn off some time because we don't want to go to the wrong place at the wrong time of the year, seasonally, because of weather patterns and such. And also here in May, it will be 13 years since I left Florida
Oh,
to start this whole thing. Because I left in May of 2010, so now it's 2023.
he left there alone. Now he come back. He have
Yeah, well.
monkey.
I sailed from Tampa, Florida, all the way to the Philippines solo.
So
And did a lot of sailing in the Philippines solo. And some with various crew until I finally found this fish.
he had a lot of crews.
A lot of tryouts until I finally found one worth keeping.
He finally found this gorilla. The small monkey he did not keep it because too small, but the gorilla is here. Can climb with the top of the mast. Top of the mast.
You know, it's a good thing you're fearless, dear.
Of course,
Which
I am
she actually
foolish.
is. I mean, she goes up to the top of the mast at a drop of a hat. She loves it up there. And she doesn't get... I don't think you've taken any seasick medicine since we
No.
left Phuket. So...
No.
Yeah, her
Only
body
the-
is adapted to the motion on the boat, and of course with the surge in the harbor here,
Yeah,
that kind of keeps that active because the boat is always doing a little bit of this stuff. So when we take off again, I think you'll be fine. I know I am. I've been living on the boat and sailing for so long that it just doesn't. I can hang upside down in the engine room snorting diesel fumes and it doesn't bother me. Although in the early days of my sailing experience, occasionally I would get queasy and even spoke to Ralph a few times. But now, after so many years living on the boat, it's just the motion doesn't bother me. I hardly even notice it most of the time, unless I'm getting bounced around the interior on weird waves.
where you are kuan lagi, sometimes you are blushing lagi, then you are happy. It's a seasick, no?
No, it's probably sunburn. It's a glare from the sun off the
I thought
water.
it's kuan. When I look at you there, to reddish your face and your forehead, and you lay down there, and I thought that you got seasick that time.
Oh, no.
Uh,
No, I don't get seasick
Me, I
anymore.
am this thing like then if against the seasick, if I feel I got seasick, I will try to vomit first so that the seasick will not hit me. Oh, I will fight you. Sorry. That's me. I want to vomit before the seasick get in through all my stomach.
Yeah.
Take this out. You're poison.
Very
Yeah, that's true.
Very practical minded at times,
Yeah, that's true.
and very silly minded at other times. What
I
can I
like
say?
that to
Get rid of the poison.
yeah. Because
Not-
I don't want to lay here, then do nothing, then he's the one who cared, and no, not good. Hey, DeDe! Keep
but-
your ass off!
You know, she makes excellent shark bait.
I know. This is for advertising the body. Joke. Advertising the body. Advertising.
Jesus.
He's trying to sell me.
Uh-huh.
How much did you sell me?
Oh, I don't know. You're probably worth 20 or 30 pesos.
Oh, that's not fair.
Hey,
30
that tuk-tuk driver wanted to sell you for 200 euros. As if
It's
he
so
had
crazy.
as if
And
he had
I-
any control over
Oh, I
that.
want to slap him. I said, say it again, then I will slap you. Then he's quiet. I got mad that time. Oh my God. Because we have that neighbor here, then they said, hey, he likes you. Look, he likes you. Then maybe you ask 100 euro. Then he, only one time, he said, are you crazy? Then I get mad. Say it again, then I will slap you. Then the guy is silent.
Yeah.
You know me, I am friendly, but don't give me shit, then I will. You are. I said, fungo. Fungo! You know what is that mean? Fungo.
DeDe will definitely step on your dick until you stay. Ow.
Yeah. I will
If you try to
kick
get
your balls,
She
you know?
seems very sweet and mild mannered,
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
don't push her past her limits.
right. They think that I flirt with them then because of my actions or my words. No. Sorry. I am friendly. I know how to manage. I know how to talk people, but just that's the way I am. But try to, flirt
Yeah,
with me.
well,
Hey,
You
come
know, dear,
on.
I've explained to you that's the problem with men. If you smile at them, they think
Yeah.
you're in love with them.
Yeah, I had also.
They don't understand the difference between somebody who's just being friendly and someone who's
Yeah.
sincerely interested. It's a disease.
Then he's
that,
fun. He's like, you're so friendly, Filipina. I know, Filipina are friendly. Oh, not all Filipina. Like that. Start talking.
yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, altogether too many men misconstrue
Then also in
Her
Thailand, there-
personality.
when I do laundry, then have a lot of bars there, sidewalk
Yeah,
there.
in Thailand.
Then yeah, there's you know one guy that I talk with the water owner there. Then you sit there. Then he said crossing in the street, and he said hi to me.
Yeah.
Then when I go out, he's coming behind you, and he start come closer to us. The guy, but that
Yeah,
said
I remember.
adventured, yeah, and he's young. But I said no. I did not say look at him back, because if he see me that I'm look at him back, he think that I like him too. Hey, sorry, guys, sorry.
This
I
is
have a great
rather a scrabbly looking guy who
Yeah.
had recently crashed his scooter. He had a big
He's trying
dose
to
of
get
road
me.
rash on his leg, so he was hobbling around, looked a bit scrungy European of some ilk. But yeah,
I remember then have one guy there, and you're not with him. I said, hey, where did you stay? In the boat? I had a lot, but if I want a man that if I am a flirting and naughty and I want many men, maybe in pocket I had a lot na experience, but sorry, that's not me. I had 4 kids, I have 1 grandson. Why I do that, no? Come back to the great man, even if he's grumpy. He know you. And you know him already. Why you get another man, then you don't know the personality for, only one time? Sorry. Oh, just come back to the dinghy. Boom, start the outboard motor. Yang. Then, okay, now, thank you, God, I am safe. Yes, that's the experience there in Thailand.
Yeah.
Because he let me go out alone.
for a middle-aged woman, DeDe is still quite attractive, and she
I thought-
draws old lechers and young alike just by walking down the sidewalk. I mean, she doesn't always notice it, but I tell her, dear, you just don't realize the effect that you have on people, and I see it all the time.
They're also in the guardhouse.
Yeah, everywhere. I mean, like even when we were still in Cebu, we'd go into the marina and the restaurant there. And
Oh yeah, only the foreigner because Filipino.
only the foreign boat owner guys would hang around, the alcoholics would hang around in the bar all day. Every time she walked in, they were ogling her, giving her the eye, and
Yeah,
she just kind of laugh at them.
yeah. Then one guy, Paul, he said, "Hey, Daddy, do you have a sister same as your body figure?" Oh, my sister just died. Then he asked me if you have friends that you can recommend to me. Oh, sorry, I don't recommend anybody. I don't know their personality, And I myself is only one. No, no more Daddy.
The only one in the world.
He's trying to get me too, but I know that's the some of my friends, they think that I flirt and I have mini mens because I talk with them. I I entertain, but no, because I am a good woman. Only my personality looks like I am flirty, naughty, but he knows me. Even if he's mad, I come back him. He didn't say it to me that, "Hey, I don't want you anymore here. You can leave it." He's still keeping at me even if my good man, great man. Even if he's mad, grumpy, yelled at me, but I know, I understand. And I am happy that he keeps me and he support my kids. He's a good man. And if have possible or chance that we get there in the US, then maybe he can stay there with his family, and me, I can come back to Philippines, or him also, like
the future of Fred and Sunshine is indeterminate at this point in time. One plan is to sell the boat, because I will, after all, be 75
he's relaxed
plus by that time, 75 and a half, pushing 76. I'm not doing too bad physically, I don't know how many people know. I suffered a pretty severe injury about 20 years ago, and that's why I hobble around, and I'm not as nimble as I could be, but I move slowly and steadily. I've always done that on the boat as a matter of safety anyway. But otherwise, my health is not in bad shape for an old guy. And, I don't have any permanent ailments or anything like that. Aches and pains, yes. Mostly from the injuries.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
That one injury was pretty bad. I took a header off a ladder and crushed both my heel bones. But even going back to the age of about 14, I was hit by a car crossing the road against a light. And that started my whole long list of injuries over the years. Number of car wrecks, being rear-ended, so not my fault. Sliding on a road, ran into a big old oak tree that didn't have the decency to move even a quarter of an inch, but totaled my car at the time. Various things like that over the years, motorcycle wrecks, they all gang up on you when you reach an advanced age, which, 74 is certainly more advanced than 44 or 34. Anyway, folks, I think that pretty much covers it. That's our start of year 7 and start of year 14, for me, at least in a couple of months.
What?
Well, it'll be starting year 14 for me on Sunshine.
Oh.
Yeah. That'll be sometime in May. I forget the exact date that I departed Tampa, but it was around the middle of the month in May.
Excited now. They're in the other port, next port, and next another people to meet.
More new people.
Then prepare yourself, DeDe. Make sure that you have to change a little bit your attitudes to not prevent trouble. Still friendly, but have limit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, folks, I think that's going to wrap this one up. And any future videos will probably come after, from our passage, but won't get posted till we arrive in the Seychelles.
Yeah, late
So,
upload.
Bye.
Bye for now. Just enjoy our videos.